Every year, the world produces over 4 billion tons of cement. That's half a ton for every person on Earth. It's the second most used material after water, quietly forming the backbone of our homes, our roads, and the tallest skyscrapers that pierce the sky. But behind that simple gray dust lies one of the most energy-hungry and heat-intensive processes on the planet. Every bag of cement carries a hidden cost. Immense heat, roaring furnaces, and clouds of carbon rising into the atmosphere. If the cement industry were a country, it would rank as the third largest emitter of CO2 in the world. So how does something so plain, crushed rock and ash, become the foundation of modern civilization? What really happens inside those massive rotary kilns that glow like volcanoes, turning stone into strength? Today, we'll trace its story, from the heart of the mountains to the beating heart of our cities. We'll witness every stage of the transformation from start to finish, and uncover the fiery process that builds our world from the ground up. But what about the United States? Can it keep up with Asia's cement giants, who now dominate global production? Share your thoughts below. Beneath layers of soil and stone lies the true origin of cement: limestone, a rock born from the ancient ocean floor. For millions of years, the remains of coral, shells, and microscopic creatures settled into thick white beds under crushing pressure. Over time, they hardened into mountains that would one day be broken, burned, and reborn. Every grain of limestone carries the memory of a vanished sea, the quiet beginning of the material that builds empires. Nature's formula for cement is surprisingly elegant. Limestone gives calcium, clay contributes silica and alumina, while iron ore adds strength and balance. When combined in precise ratios, these minerals create the foundation of every concrete structure on Earth. In laboratories and field tests, geologists and engineers measure purity and texture, ensuring each element meets strict standards. From the deepest quarry to the tallest tower, every structure begins here, in the chemistry of stone, shaped by time and precision. Across the world, vast deposits of limestone and clay stretch beneath hills and valleys, nature's silent vaults of construction gold. In China, entire mountains feed cement megafactories. In India and the United States, quarries carve deep into the earth to supply the endless demand for growth. Geologists scan ridges, mapping mineral veins with drones and satellite imagery, searching for the perfect balance of purity and abundance. From these ancient layers, humanity draws the raw bones of civilization, the earth offering its stone to shape our world. The calm landscape erupts with motion as giant excavators and drilling rigs awaken the sleeping earth. At dawn, workers stand ready beside towering machines, their helmets glinting under the first light. The air soon fills with the thunder of controlled explosions, shattering limestone cliffs into massive boulders. Dust clouds rise like gray storms as the ground trembles beneath heavy machinery. Each blast marks the beginning of cement's transformation, where ancient rock, forged by time, meets modern industry's raw power and precision. Massive wheel loaders, bulldozers, and haul trucks move across the quarry floor like mechanical beasts. Each scoop lifts several tons of broken limestone, loading it into trucks that rumble toward the crushing plant. Engines roar, metal grinds, and dust swirls through the air as men and machines work in rhythm, a living symphony of industry. From dawn until dusk, this endless movement feeds the world's hunger for cement. Here, strength begins not in silence, but in the thunderous heartbeat of the earth itself. Loaded with raw stone, massive dump trucks thunder down winding roads toward the processing plant. Each one carries up to 100 tons of limestone, the lifeblood of the factory ahead. Conveyor belts stretch like steel rivers, moving rock toward crushers that wait with spinning jaws of iron. The roar of engines fades into the rhythmic clatter of machinery, marking the transition from nature to industry. What was once a mountain now begins its rebirth, the first step toward becoming the foundation of cities. Inside the towering factory, raw limestone and clay arrive in a thunder of machinery. Giant jaw crushers grind the boulders into smaller fragments, feeding them onto conveyor belts that snake through the plant. The sound is relentless. Metal striking stone, dust rising in thick clouds that shimmer under industrial lights. Every crushed piece is measured, mixed, and stored in silos, forming the perfect ratio of minerals. Here, in the roar of the machines, the mountain finally begins its transformation into the gray powder that will shape our world. From the crushers, the powdered mix enters massive rotary kilns, each stretching longer than a jetliner. Inside, temperatures soar to nearly 1,450 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt rock. As the kiln slowly turns, the raw mix glows red, transforming into small marble-like clinker nodules, the core ingredient of cement. Flames roar, air shimmers, and heat radiates like the heart of a volcano. This is the moment of creation, when ancient minerals fuse under fire, surrendering their form to become the foundation of civilization. The glowing clinker cools and travels down long conveyor belts into enormous ball mills, where steel spheres crush it into fine, silky powder. A precise amount of gypsum is added, just enough to control how quickly the cement hardens once mixed with water. The room vibrates with deep mechanical hums as the powder flows like gray smoke through the machines. This is where fire becomes dust and dust becomes power. The transformation complete, ready to build everything from bridges to the tallest towers. Once ground to perfection, the finished cement flows through sealed pipes into massive silos that rise like gray towers above the plant. Sensors and automated systems monitor every grain, temperature, moisture, and density, ensuring flawless consistency. Below, robotic packers fill paper bags and bulk containers, stamping each with batch codes and production dates. Forklifts glide across the warehouse floor, stacking pallets ready for transport. Here, precision replaces chaos, the final act of transformation where molten stone becomes an engineered masterpiece, awaiting its journey into the world. Inside the control room, operators watch walls of glowing monitors that track every stage, from kiln heat to conveyor speed. A single adjustment on a screen can shift an entire production line. Data streams in real time, revealing temperatures, gas flow, and chemical balances measured to the decimal. Beyond the glass, the plant hums like a living organism, fire, steel, and precision moving in perfect rhythm. This is the heartbeat of modern industry, where human intelligence and Machine efficiency forged the cement that builds our world. Before cement leaves the factory, it faces a series of exacting tests. In bright laboratories, technicians in white coats measure fineness, setting time, and compressive strength with scientific precision. Samples are crushed in hydraulic presses, their resilience recorded in data logs. Microscopes reveal the tiniest inconsistencies, ensuring each batch meets global standards. It's a battle between chemistry and quality. Only the most stable, perfectly blended powder passes. Here, science safeguards strength, turning every bag of cement into a silent promise of endurance and trust. After passing every test, the cement flows into automated packing machines, where it's funneled into sturdy paper and polypropylene bags. Each one is sealed, stamped, and labeled with its grade, batch code, and origin. Conveyor belts carry the finished bags toward waiting trucks and cargo containers, while fine dust lingers in the sunlight like gray mist. Every movement is synchronized. Robotic arms, forklifts, and digital scanners working as one. It's the final moment of perfection, where precision meets presentation and raw power becomes a product ready for the world. From the warehouse floor, pallets of cement stand stacked like gray monoliths awaiting their journey. Trucks line up in convoys, engines rumbling as loaders secure each shipment bound for ports, factories, and construction sites. Some will travel across continents, others just a few miles away. But every bag carries the same origin story. Rock turned to strength. As the gates open and convoys roll out, the factory exhales a cloud of fine dust, the quiet sign that another batch of civilization is ready to rise. From the moment it leaves the factory, cement begins shaping the world around us. It becomes the foundations of skyscrapers, the pillars of bridges, and the roads that connect nations. In every corner of the globe, this simple gray powder holds together billions of lives, silently supporting progress and growth. Every skyline, every home, every highway traces its strength back to the same source: fire, stone, and time. Cement isn't just a material, it's the backbone of modern civilization, binding the world into one structure. Each year, nations race to produce more cement to fuel their expansion. China alone manufactures more than half of the world's supply, while India, Vietnam, and the United States follow close behind. Gigantic plants run day and night, turning billions of tons of limestone into the lifeblood of modern construction. From Asia's megacities to Africa's growing skylines, cement drives economies forward, brick by brick. Behind every skyline stands a global network of quarries, kilns, and workers, all united by the same gray dust that builds the future. Beyond grand structures, cement quietly touches everything around us. It forms the floors beneath our feet, the walls that shield us, and even the pipes and dams that move water and power our homes. From village schools to massive ports, its presence is universal, a material so common we rarely see it, yet couldn't live without it. Every scoop mixed on a construction site carries the legacy of mountains, fire, and human ingenuity, proof that even the simplest dust can hold the world together. Behind every ton of cement lies an unseen toll on the planet. The blazing kilns that give it strength also release vast amounts of carbon dioxide, making cement responsible for nearly 8% of global emissions. Each stage, mining, heating, grinding, consumes immense energy and scars the landscape with quarries and dust. While cement builds our cities, it also burdens our air. This is the hidden paradox of progress. The very material that shapes the modern world is quietly reshaping the planet itself. Beyond the factories and city skylines lies the quieter cost, the human and ecological toll. Workers in developing nations often face unsafe quarry conditions, inhaling fine silica dust that scars lungs for life. Rivers near cement plants grow murky and alkaline, choking aquatic life and poisoning nearby farmland. Villages once surrounded by green hills now echo with the constant hum of crushers and trucks. Cement fuels growth, but too often it does so at the expense of those who build it and the earth that bears it. Yet amidst the gray dust, a green revolution is stirring. Scientists and engineers are reimagining cement, experimenting with carbon-negative binders, recycled aggregates, and even bacteria that heal cracks naturally. Major companies pledge to slash emissions by using alternative fuels and capturing CO2 before it escapes. Startups turn industrial waste into strong, eco-friendly substitutes for limestone. It's a race between destruction and innovation. And for the first time, the cement industry might just lay the foundation for its own redemption. Cement built our cities, our bridges, our future, but it also built one of the world's biggest challenges: energy, heat, and carbon. We've mastered the power to shape stone. Now we must master how to use it wisely. So next time you see that gray dust, remember, it's not just cement, it's the foundation of tomorrow. What about the U.S.? USA. Can it keep up with Asia's cement giants? Comment your thoughts and subscribe for more start to finish stories that reveal how our world is really made.